Hello there, Mandy here. Restorative Grief with Mandy Capehart is not just a podcast. It's also a book, a free online grief group, and a one-on-one private coaching practice. If you are interested in learning more, visit mandykapehart.com to find out how restorative grief can help you heal heart, mind, body, and spirit. Welcome back to Restorative Grief with Mandy Capehart. You are listening to episode 230, titled Your 90-Second Self-Care Tool, No Journaling Required. Quick question, do you despise journaling? Blank pages, editing yourself, feeling like you should write perfectly? Yeah, sometimes that's me too. But what if I told you there's a way to get the same emotional release, sometimes an even deeper release, without ever touching a pen? Today, we are talking about a simple 90-second trick, recording a voice memo about what's alive for you, and then deleting it. It's all about letting your body speak, releasing stuck emotions, and giving your nervous system a mini reset. No judgment, no pressure, no reflecting, just a little space to breathe and release. You know how people say journaling is therapeutic, but maybe you just really hate it. The blank page looks intimidating, or writing feels permanent, or like me, you can't stop editing yourself. Totally understandable. I want to offer you an alternative, something that taps into the body, the voice, and yes, even the spirit, without demanding that you become a diarist overnight. It's based on something called the 90-second rule, which was brought into popular awareness by Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor, a neuroanatomist who studied the way emotions move through the body. Here's the gist of that. When we feel strong emotions, fear, grief, anger, shame, our bodies actually have a natural physiological rhythm. That emotion rises, peaks, and then naturally begins to dissipate, usually within about 90 seconds. The tricky part is our trauma. Sometimes we can't complete the cycle, and the energy gets stuck, so to speak, in the nervous system. So over time, that stuck, incomplete energy cycle can look like anxiety, depression, tension. Basically, it's your body's way of saying, hey, something is unresolved here. So what if we could let that energy move in a contained and safe way? Well, enter voice memos. Instead of writing, try this. Record a short voice memo about whatever feels alive for you, your story, a grief, a trauma, a worry, and then delete it. Please, truly delete it. Here's why that simple act is kind of brilliant. It's an embodied expression. Speaking uses your voice, your diaphragm, even subtle vocal tones that carry emotion. It's a somatic act. Your body is doing the talking, not just your brain. There's also the idea of temporal containment. Recording our story creates a space for the emotion to exist, but it's temporary. There's no pressure to make it perfect, edit, or save it forever. And there's safety in impermanence. Knowing it will be deleted reduces shame, worry, or anxiety. Your body can safely discharge the energy because it knows it doesn't have to protect it for later. And from a somatic perspective, this matters a lot. Speaking engages your vagus nerve and respiratory muscles, which are the keys to regulating your nervous system. And when you allow the emotional energy to move, your body can settle into a calmer state. Deleting the memo is a symbolic release, which reinforces the message to your nervous system that the threat is over. And spiritually, this can also feel meaningful. Speaking your truth just for you activates a sense of internal witnessing. You're acknowledging yourself, honoring your experience, and the ephemeral nature of the memo mirrors the rituals of release that you find in spiritual traditions, such as writing something down and burning it, or saying a prayer and opening your hands. It's trust building, trust in your body, in your feelings, in your capacity to process what's here. And research backs this up too. Expressive writing is great for reducing stress and improving mood, but spoken emotional disclosure works in very similar ways, lowering cortisol and calming the cardiovascular system. Trauma-informed approaches emphasize allowing sensations to rise and pass rather than intellectualizing them. And that act of deleting the memo helps reduce rumination, which is critical for giving your nervous system and your mind some real relief. So here's the practical thing to try. Take out your phone or any type of recorder. Set a timer if you want, but that's optional. And speak freely for about a minute or two about what feels alive in you right now, whether it's your grief, your anger, a story that you've been holding on to. Remember, there's no need to edit or explain or analyze or even sound rational. Stop when you feel like you've said what you need to say, or when you notice your emotions naturally settling. Then delete the recording. That's it. One small, contained, 90-second emotional workout. No judgment, no pressure, just an invitation for your body and your nervous system to breathe, express, and begin to find balance. Thank you for listening to episode 230 of Restorative Grief. If this is a new practice idea for you, give it a try today or this week and notice what shifts. You might be surprised how powerful it is simply to speak your truth, honor what's alive in you, and return gently to yourself and the present moment. If this is your first time listening to Restorative Grief with Mandy Capehart, I'm just so grateful you found your way here. Please be sure to leave a review and subscribe to the podcast so you'll get each weekly episode on time. Thank you to the patrons of the show who support the Restorative Grief community by keeping these episodes alive. Check out the show notes if you're interested in learning more about becoming a patron of the work for as little as $2 a month. And as always, before we go, one last thing. Please remember, the only solution for grief is to do the work of grieving. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next week.